guys, my name is Jen and this is my channel Embracing Chaos. If you're new here, welcome, and if you are a returning friend, welcome back. I'm so excited to have every single one of you here. So guys, how you feeling? How you doing? How's life treating you? I have a confession to make. Guys, I have been riding the struggle bus for quite a while now. For those of you who follow me on this channel, you'll already be aware of some of the struggles that I'm having. But guys, the struggle bus is live and active in my life right now. I tell you what. So guys, I am super excited to announce that I was invited by Sandy over at Let's Get Fit with Sandy, as well as several other fantastic YouTubers, to join her in a collaboration that is designed to help us all get off that darn struggle bus. So huge thanks to Sandy for setting this up for us. I am so excited to be able to share with you guys today, and I can't wait to hear what my friends have to say on their channels as well. I will make sure that I link Sandy's channel as well as all the other fantastic YouTubers down below in the description, so please make sure you go check them out. You will not be disappointed. So the name of this collab, which I'm sure you guys saw in the video title, is Fall Back with Smart Choices. I love it. Couldn't be more fitting. Real quick before we get started on this, guys, I would like to ask that you please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps to communicate to YouTube that you guys are enjoying my content and encourages them to promote my videos so we can continue to grow our YouTube family. Guys, we finally made it over 800 subscribers, so make sure you are on the lookout tomorrow for that 800 subscriber giveaway. I have been putting this together for quite a while, and I am so glad to be able to share it with you guys finally. If you're not a member of my YouTube family, guys, I would love to have you. I would love the opportunity to get to know you better. So please consider hitting that subscribe button down in the corner. I would really appreciate it. Okay, so back to the collab. Let's take a second and think and talk about habits. Good habits, bad habits, any habits that you may currently have that have some kind of a role or an effect on your wellness journey. So while I was thinking about this, a few bad habits of my own that jump to mind include stress eating. I am so quick when I am stressed out to just reach out and grab anything around me and eat it. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. Well, I mean, it matters. I'm not eating like rocks or anything like that, but when I am stressed, I don't pay attention to nutritional or health information at all. If I'm stressed and I can reach it and it sounds good, it goes in my mouth. Another bad habit that I have is making excuses for myself. I'll say stuff like, I'll just make up for it later, or I'm sure I have enough weeklies to cover this, or I'm fine to eat this. I know I have enough points left. I don't bother checking, and then I don't track it. Those are things that I consider to be bad excuses, and they frankly have become quite a nasty habit in my wellness journey. And then the last bad habit that jumped to mind was this all or nothing mindset. I am so quick to give up. If I make one mistake, I'm like, my day's already ruined. The week's already shot. I ate really bad today. I'm not going to lose weight, so why bother? And then I'm also doing a weight loss contest for work, and sometimes I get so hard on myself or down on myself. I'm like, you know what? I've only got 2 more weeks to lose enough weight to be able to stay in the competition. That's not going to happen. My month is shot. So bad habits, guys. I'm really bad about stress eating, making excuses for myself, and this darn all or nothing mindset. But we're not here just to harp on ourselves. We also need to focus on our good habits. So a couple good habits of mine that jumped to mind as I was working on this video. I'm really good about grabbing fruits and vegetables, especially when I'm preparing my lunch for the day. I make sure that we have all kinds of fresh fruit and vegetables around that are very convenient to grab. So that's a good habit that I have. And then I also feel like I am really good and have developed a habit of making healthy food choices when we go out to eat. Granted, I need to eat out less, but when we do, I'm all about knowing what I can eat and the point values for those foods. And then the last good habit that I feel like I've established is that I make self-care a priority. And this is so important. For me, at least, and I would assume for most of you that are watching this, our wellness journey is not just about losing weight. It's about investing time in ourselves and taking care of ourselves. And for me, when I invest in my self-care, it makes me feel better about myself. And I mean, in general, it boosts my confidence, which, guys, I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. Now, if I ever get big-headed and think I'm better than everybody, or if I start acting that way, y'all better call me out. But self-care, a face mask once in a while, doing my hair, trying a new makeup look, guys, it makes me feel good about myself, and there's nothing wrong with that. So that being said, while I do feel like I have established some good habits, there are definitely some habits out there that I would like to establish for myself that I feel like would benefit me on my wellness journey. Guys, let me know down in the description, where are your good habits at? What are your habits that you think you need to work on? And are there any habits you feel like you need to add to your wellness journey? All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about how we can add some of these good habits to our wellness journey. And these are the habits that we want to develop, not that we've already got on the plate. Something we want to add. Obviously, I don't have any way of knowing unless you tell me what your good and your bad habits are, which habits you hope to add to your wellness journey. But if there's ever anything that I can do to support you in building those good habits, guys, don't hesitate to let me know. I will do everything in my power to help you with anything that you need. So what I'm thinking, guys, that one habit that I know I would definitely like to add to my wellness journey, and I feel like you guys might like to do the same, is tracking. Ta-da! Does that hit home with any of you guys? I know not everybody out there tracks their food. I feel like there's a large number of programs out there, though, that encourage this. And guys, this is something that I really need to get back on track with doing. You like how I added that in there? I need to get on track with tracking. Deep thoughts with Jen. You're welcome. But tracking is something that I need to do for my wellness journey because it really keeps me accountable to what I'm putting into my mouth. I was terrific at it when I first joined WW, but now, guys, it is a real struggle for me. I've kind of hit this wall that I just have zero motivation to climb over. I mean, you guys know in my weigh-in videos, I talk about it every week. I want to focus on tracking. And guys, every week, I do track a little bit here and there, but not on a consistent basis. And the reason I don't is because I have not established that habit, and I really want to do that. So I feel like in order to do this, I need to determine what my goal is for tracking. Like, how do I want that to look throughout my day? Well, first and foremost, I want to track everything that I eat. I want to track every day on a regular basis, and I want to track honestly. I don't know that I would necessarily say that I've got an issue with portion distortion, but guys, I've gotten really good about looking the other way as I pile that food on my plate. So there's no portion distortion. I'm just flat out not looking. Just gonna keep it real and be honest with you guys. I am not a perfect person, clearly. Nobody is, and that's okay. So I feel like the most feasible option for me when it comes to tracking is making sure that I track everything that I eat on a daily basis. So my options for that would be to either track everything right before I eat it or right after I eat it, or I can look into pre-tracking. Pre-tracking, I feel like, would be a great option for me because then I wouldn't have to think in the moment about what I want to eat. I would already have a game plan in place, and all I have to do is go grab it, which I feel like in the long run is going to help me stay on track with my eating. However, the idea of pre-tracking my entire day before I even get started just feels extremely daunting. So here's my thought on that, guys. Like, pre-tracking, it doesn't mean that I have to sit down and pre-track the entire week or the entire day all at once. You can break it down. You can break any goal down into simple and achievable goals. And I feel like, as far as pre-tracking goes, the simplest way for me to break this down into a goal that I feel like I can meet on a regular basis is just to pre-track one meal at a time. Easy peasy. And that's something that I feel like I won't have any issues doing, especially if I get off my caboose on Sundays or any day of the week, honestly, in meal prep. Think about it, guys. If you meal prep 2 meals a day, that's so easy. Then there's really only one other meal that you have to worry about. So there you go. There's another thing that I would like to add back into my wellness journey. squirrel moment, but I would really like to get back on track with meal prepping too. You guys know, I mean, if you've been with me for a while, I used to be fantastic about it. Guys, now I'm lucky if I can decide what kind of lunch meat sandwich I want the day before I go to work. So I think the pre-tracking thing is a good goal for me. Most definitely. All right, so that being said, we figured out what our goal is. We figured out what we want our new habit to look like. So how do we go about holding ourselves accountable to make sure that our new habit becomes a permanent part of our wellness journey? What do you guys think? Again, let me know down in the comments. Do you guys hold yourself accountable? Do you have people in your life that hold you accountable? I'm telling you guys, I belong to, well, several weight groups, but there are 4 groups in particular that I am very heavily involved in. I will link all of them down below. So if you guys need a good support group, people to help you stay accountable, go check them out. They're wonderful and you will not be disappointed in them at all. And I'll be honest with you guys, I mean, my favorite accountability partners in life in this wellness journey, guys, it's you. It is absolutely 100% you. I know I can always rely on you guys to encourage me and keep me moving in the right direction. Seriously, this is where a lot of the interaction here on YouTube comes in, or like I said, those Facebook groups. You guys have always been there for me. You've always been my biggest fans, and I consider myself so extremely lucky to have every single one of you guys in my life. I'm not just saying that at the beginning of every video just because it sounds good. It's true. I truly appreciate every single one of you. I can share my successes, I can share my struggles, and you guys are always there for me. It never fails. You guys have never let me down once. And I really, truly hope that you guys feel like I would do the same for you. Accountability, guys. I've got you and you guys have me for sure. And as much as I love you guys, because I do, I also rely on my family, especially Steve, who is my husband. I'm sorry, I forgot there's a lot of new people here. My husband's name is Steve, or we call him Mr. Chaos. And in that situation, guys, communication is so extremely important. My husband's not on a wellness journey necessarily, so he's not always thinking along the same tracks as I am. So if I'm struggling with something, or if I need him to keep something away from me, or just help me through a situation, distract me, I have to communicate that really clearly to him. You guys know my husband and my kids are the perfect distraction for anything, honestly. So, yeah. So, while it is important, guys, that we surround ourselves with people, friends, family that can keep us accountable, we also have to hold ourselves accountable. We can't just rely on other people in this wellness journey. We also have to be able to rely on ourselves. So no more making excuses. It is so important to recognize your mistakes and to address them. Otherwise, how are we even supposed to improve? We can't make a plan to improve anything if we're not willing to open our eyes and admit that there's a problem somewhere that needs to be improved upon. If I don't track a meal, I'm not going to pat myself on the back and say, oh, it's okay. You know you have plenty of weeklies left. Well, I have done that. This is what I'm trying to change to establish my healthy tracking habit. But anyways, I don't need to be patting myself on the back and saying, it's okay, you have enough weeklies anyways, or it's okay, you can make up for it later. That's not going to cut it. I need to track honestly. If I make a poor choice and eat a whole bag of potato chips, guys, I got to suck it up and count the points for those potato chips. And you know, guys, when I do track and I see those numbers, when I go over my points in a day, that really bothers me. I don't like it. So that honest tracking, guys, sometimes the truth hurts, but I've got to take that and use it to my advantage. Another thing that I need to do to make my goal achievable and realistic is to plan for mishaps or extenuating circumstances. I need to be prepared for things like last minute going out to eat or change in meal plans. I have to be prepared for that mentally, and then also in my tracker. I've got to be ready for it. And that's one of the things that I love about WW, and I'm sure that it applies to several other health plans out there. You know what you have in your bank account, and you don't go over. If the points aren't there, then you don't get ice cream with the kids when the husband takes them out to celebrate something, which would be super sad. Or if I'm feeling really motivated and I want to be super responsible with this, I can just admit the fact that I know I'm going to be going out for ice cream at some point during the week, and at the beginning of the week just automatically take those out. I might have to switch days later on, I mean, depending on which day I go out for ice cream, but at least then I'm not going to be stuck when we go out for ice cream trying to figure out what I can have and what I can't have, because I've already planned on it and it's already fit into my plan. Because you all know Chaos Jen loves her ice cream. In fact, I mean, how many times in this video have I brought up ice cream? Seriously, I love it. So guys, while holding yourselves accountable, I also need to remember to grant myself grace. But I have to be very careful with that and not let granting myself grace turn into making excuses for myself. Telling myself, like we talked about earlier in the video, oh, it's okay, you have enough weeklies, I'm sure you have enough points, or you can make up for that later. Those are excuses. That is not granting myself grace, and that is not going to help us in the long run. So, what I'm trying to say here is, no, Jen, eating that second ice cream cone is not going to turn into another fantastic learning experience that's going to make me stronger in the long run. Sorry, that's not how it works, Jen. If you haven't pre-tracked that ice cream cone, you don't need it because you know better. And there is no granting yourself grace when it comes to eating that second ice cream cone. Sorry, girl. Stay away from the ice cream. Stay away. However, on the other end of the spectrum, beating myself up and letting myself feel like I've been defeated isn't going to help anything either. So, kind of like we talked about the other day when we were doing our affirmators or the affirmations, self-love is so extremely important. We can't beat ourselves up. We need to talk to ourselves like we would a friend. So if our friends made a bad choice, would we look at them and say, you big fat loser, you ding dong, you just screwed up again, you're never going to catch on? No, we certainly wouldn't. So why would we even think that it's okay to talk to ourselves like that, guys? It's not. We need to talk to ourselves just like we would talk to our friends. All right, guys. Well, I hope something that I said there resonated with you guys. I truly appreciate you sticking with me. If you're new here, I'm super excited to have you, and I'm really glad that you came by to check out my channel. Again, I am super thankful to have every single one of you here. Please, guys, make sure you go check out all the other fantastic YouTubers that are in this collab. I will link their channels, as I said, down in the description, as well as those Facebook groups I was telling you about. Please, guys, don't forget the whole thumbs up and subscribe thing if you haven't already. And until next time, keep smiling. Bye.